Speed starts in the weight room. This is my speed workout for this week. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be walking through my speed workout that I do week to week. My trainer Corey comes up with these new workouts based on how I'm feeling and how I'm progressing through these workouts. Today it's really about the speed, the footwork, the explosiveness, and I'm going to show you all of that today. All right, let's get to it. Getting your body going, your blood flow going. Nice and easy. Line your feet. Making sure your wrists are going, not your arms like out like here. Make sure your arms are tight to your body. So when you're doing this exercise, you want to really feel it on your back heel, driving through the ground, nice and slow motion, feeling in the hips. These help my hips get ready and keep my control on one leg. Making sure your big toe, your heel, and your small toe the main focus, and trying to drive your foot into the ground. Making sure you have balance, looking at a focal point, make it a little easier, focusing on a small little dot or something in the ground. Making sure your foot's staying like that instead of out, because you lose a little bit of balance. So with these sled pushes, you want to make sure that you're staying low, having your arms a little bit above your shoulders here. You want to make sure you're driving through the ground and being powerful. You want to make sure you have that extension through the foot, your knee, and your hip. So this is what it looks like. So with this, you want to make sure your shoulders are back. Make sure you're not hunched over. Make sure they're back. You're just doing a nice march here. Making sure you're driving that leg up. Feeling that in the hips. So this is about just being explosive and just changing directions, making sure that you're being quick and exploding through the hips like that. So it should look like something like this. This is really good for when you're going down and you're landing, you're decelerating, and then when you're ready to explode across, you're gonna be accelerating. So you're trying to stay low to the ground and explosive. Try to stick that landing at the end. Having trouble staying that outside of the foot, leaking in a little bit too much. There we go. Want to make sure you're being quick and light on your feet. and making sure you're pumping their hands through the ladder. You want to make sure you have the forward lean and make sure you're whipping those arms and being explosive through the ground and trying to jump as far out as front as possible. So before you jump, you want to make sure that your heels are elevated like this, and you want to feel it in your toes and driving through your toes like this. So for this, you want to make sure that you have a weight that you can, have good posture and be controlled. Make sure you have your shoulders back, your chest up, and you want to make sure you're slunched over. You want to be up like this. You want to be driving through, being nice and explosive through the ground. The last one, my hands are a little too far out. You want to make sure your hands are closer to your hips. Just like that. So you want to make sure you're staying low and going laterally, staying nice and close, in and out, being light in your feet. Pumping those arms and going back. All right, now to the cool down. We're gonna start off with the world's greatest stretch. It really opens up your hips and your back. Really feel that in your hips and stretching out everything. Now we're going on to the 90-90. It's really about keeping the hips loose. We want to go nice and slow, feeling it. A good stretch to get your hips activated and ready to go before hitting. That's a look at the speed workout I'm doing right now. Nothing flashy, just trying to do things the right way, stay healthy, and get a little better every day.